Yep.
Good morning, everyone. There is a saying that in a lifetime, everybody required a policeman. In a lifetime, required a policeman, a doctor, and a lawyer, and a priest. But farmer required 3 times a day. So, as a farmer, I am talking about the urban agriculture. And today, the grand challenges what we are facing is, in 1975, it was 1.5 billion people in urban cities, and in 2015, it reached to 3.5 billion people. In estimated FAO stats is around 9 total population of 9 billion people, and out of the 9 billion people, 70% of them living in the cities, and which requires 100% more food produced, fresh food produced. And we don't know where we need to supply the food for this 70% of the population. And here, the present situation, the food is grown in one place and transported to the other place. For example, food is transported from California to the different parts of US and Canada, which makes the quality of the food to reduce, and the cost is increased, which is not supporting the fresh food and the quality of the food. And we don't know where it is grown, what kind of the soil they use, what kind of the fertilizers is used. So what is urban agriculture? Urban agriculture is the practice of growing food, fresh food, edible plants in available space in the cities. So here is the some of the places, available spaces, which shows the terrace and the different indoor growing controlled conditions, and then planned greenhouses which can be used in the winter and the summer both. So open places, it's only useful for only in the summer. So here, urban agriculture is divided into 3 kinds of farms. One is the institutional farm, the second one is the commercial farms, the third one is the community farms. So today I'm talking about 2 different types of urban farms. One is the high-tech urban farms and the regular urban agriculture. What is a high-tech urban agriculture? The high-tech agriculture is consisted of controlled environment and the efficient and convenient lighting system, economic lighting system which can save so much of energy, and automated maintenance, and then it can produce the high quality products with a less labor. And here is the LED system, shows the HPS, the plants grown under the HPS and the LED system. After 18 days, you can see the highest growth in LED lights and comparing to the HPS. And also LED can save the 80% of the overall energy consumption comparing to the HPS lights, and reduces the risk of the heat generation, and reduces the overall cost. And from my experiment, from our lab, we have shown the plants grows under customized wavelength and the intensity. So here, the green plants shows the lesser pigmentation, anthocyanin, comparing to the 24th plant, which has the highest pigmentation, which means it is possible to generate the good quality of the plants or customized plants through the lighting system, and we don't need to depend on the genetically modified food. And in conclusion, I would like to say that urban agriculture can improve the education, can help the education in the urbans, and then urban planning, and then economic development and health by providing the fresh food and food security, and then environment, micro and macro environment in the urbans, and then social interaction by communication, the community farming. So I would like to thank Dr. Angari and then my reviewers and the TA. And this now it's open for any discussion and questions. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.